Right, I
Really?
provided you with a map.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just have to load a bit.
Yeah, it's the same for me. But you probably don't need to use it straight away, so it can just load in the background.
I'm just making some icons to mark our equipment.
Yep. To help steer a correct course for the capital, make notes as you progress through the story, for they will be of great help in future adventures. Many things that you'll find will aid you during the adventure. Some special items will be of use in future lone wolf adventures, and others may be red herrings of no real use at all. So be selective in what you decide to keep. There are many routes to Hammerdale, but only one will enable you to retrieve the Summersword and return to Summerlund with a minimum of danger. A wise choice of kind disciplines and a great deal of courage will enable any player to complete the mission, no matter how weak their initial combat skill or endurance point score. The fate of your country hangs on the success of your perilous quest. Good luck!
Yeah, same as before.
Thanks.
The same as before. But yeah. Okay, our gear right now is the outfit, the chain, mail, waistcoat, the hammer, the sword, the shield. Okay, I think. Okay. Round shield. Block 6. Yep. We have place for 8 items plus meals, and we have 5 meals, and we have 40 coins.
Oh, and by the way, some of you out there noticed there was a sudden dip in the quality of the voices of my comrades here. That's because my internet connection has become unstable as of late, and it suddenly dips in quality, which affects Skype. Just so you know, I can't do anything about it. I don't know when it will happen. The internet's been good to me so far this evening. It's been like good for 6 hours, but you know how Sturgeon's law, or the law of crap, as my friend Warlord here called it, it'll probably freak out now that I actually need it to work. Just a warning.
Yeah. Because it happens. At any rate, our equipment should check out. I have the list finished and everything should be good to go. Now we just need to awaken the two of them. Warlord, give an ear, saddle up.
Ready.
Right. So, let's begin. Captain Deval and his guards escort you to the citadel gate, where a small covered wagon awaits you. As soon as you clamber in, the gates are thrown open and you are hurried away through the crowded streets of Holmgard. After a short but uncomfortable journey, the wagon stops and the driver pulls open the canvas flap. This is Wukwe, my lord. There's your ship, the Green Scepter. As he speaks, the driver points across the quay to a sleek trade caravel anchored near to the harbor wall. The first mate's name is Ronan. You'll find him waiting for you across the square at the Good Cheer Inn. Then the driver bids you farewell and quickly disappears into the teeming crowds. You reach the inn to find the front doors locked and the window shutters barred. You're trying to decide what to do next when a hand grabs your arm and you're pulled into the darkness. Do you wish to draw your weapon and attack your unknown assailant, or merely to try to pull free of his grasp?
Try to pull free.
Yeah, try and pull
We
free.
can't be sure if it's an actual enemy or just someone who's really eager to talk to us. So just try to pull free.
Yeah. Also because we don't know if it's to keep secrecy that you're being pulled to the side.
Okay. Forgive me, my lord, I did not mean to startle you. The man seems nervous, and the open hand that is extended towards you is shaking quite visibly. With some caution you accept the gesture of friendship and sit with the man at a tavern table. The place is deserted save for a couple of mice gnawing at a large chunk of cheese. Captain Kilman has instructed me to take you to the Green Scepter, but only if I'm sure that you are the kind lord they call Lone Wolf. Can you prove your identity? You decide you must show your mastery of one of your kind disciplines. So will it be healing or mind over matter? That's one of the skills you have you can demonstrate for him.
Mind over matter.
Or if you don't want to demonstrate, you can also refuse.
I'd say mind over matter, that's pretty solid proof, isn't it?
It's the most obvious, yeah.
I can move things with my mind because I'm a Kai.
Okay. Pointing at a jug of ale on the bar, you tell the sailor to watch very closely. Closing your eyes, you concentrate on the jug until you can picture it in your mind's eye. As you will the jug to rise in the air, you hear the sailor gasp in amazement. "You are indeed a Kylord," says the sailor, but the astonishment on his face quickly changed to an unpleasant sneer. "Or should I say you were?" As he speaks, a door crashes open behind you, and you turn to see 3 harbor thugs advancing towards you. Each is armed with a scimitar, and you have no choice but to fight all 3 as one enemy. So yeah, by the way, picture time! The 3 gents advancing upon you.
It's clobbering time.
Well, the front one looks like a happy
Not
fellow.
jockstrap, dude.
Jesus.
Okay, I know I'll make a cold shot.
Ow.
Look at the eyes of the guys to the left. Is he doing drugs or what? He has an intense stare. It's like he's trying to kill you with his mind.
Well, he's just constipated. That's possible.
Make him stop.
Either that or he's just looking at his next paycheck.
Alright. The band of harbor thugs have a combined skill of 16. And you should have 17 by now, right?
Yeah.
Your shield gives you a 1-up on them. It tilts things ever so slightly in your favor.
Yep.
So,
Glorious.
give an ear, roll the die.
8.
Well, in that case, you masterly block any attack with your swords and promptly disembowel 2 of the thugs.
Jesus.
Damn.
No more rum for you.
There's not even any more stomach for them.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't hold it.
Yeah.
Well, they still have them. They're just on the floor now.
Yeah, but that does make things kind of disadvantaged for them. Anyway, roll the die again.
9.
And you follow up this gruesome display by completely butchering the last guy without them ever laying a scratch upon you. The bar room is now bloodied and you are covered in blood, but none of it is your own.
So my description of the sword were sort of correct when I said slices, dices, and cuts things.
Oh, and by the way, you could escape the fight after 2 rounds of combat, but I see this won't become a necessity.
Yeah, apparently not.
Not really.
The sailor claimed to be First Mate Ronan seems to have escaped during the fight. You quickly search the bodies of the harbor thugs, but find nothing of value. However, you do notice that each of them has a tattoo of a serpent on their left wrist. Whoever sent them to kill you must already know of the importance of your quest. Why is it never a fluffy bunny? Or a moth? Why is it always serpents?
Because
Maybe.
the bunny is so strongly tied to Easter. No, really, the goddess of Easter has a bunny as an animal.
Copyright infringement. I see.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Imagine fighting copyright infringement.
You leave the tavern by the side door and discover the dead body of a sailor lying beneath some stairs. Inside the collar of his bloodstained jacket is a tag bearing the name Ronan. This must be the real Ronan. He has been murdered! Duh. You cover the body and turn towards the quay, where the green scepter is anchored about 300 yards from the harbor wall. So, do you wish to use one of the small boats, or coracles, I think it's pronounced, that are roped to the quayside to get to the boat, or do you want to try to find the imposter?
I think we should find the imposter first.
Yep, let's go find that son of a bitch.
Yeah, we can't let a
Nice.
criminal like that roam around the city.
Otherwise, he might just wind up trying to get his gold another way.
You quickly deduce, Sherlock Holmes, that the imposter must have escaped by the main entrance to the tavern, and if he's still in the harbour area, he must be in or around the main square. You search the buildings and alleyways around the square, but there's no sign of him at all. Rather than waste more time in a fruitless search, you return to the quayside and untie a small coracle from its mooring. As you row towards the green scepter, you begin to feel uneasy that so early in your mission, your enemies seem to already have found you.
Word gets around, but maybe it had something to do with that flock of people that we heard about last time.
As you paddle towards the sleek trade caravel, you notice to your surprise that the boarding ladder is being pulled up. A mean-looking sailor leans over the gunwale and curses at you. He seems to think that you are a refugee trying to stow away on board. When you shout that you are a lone wolf and you were ambushed by an impostor at the tavern, the ladder is soon lowered again. As you climb over the side of the ship, you are met by a tall man in gold-braided uniform. His face is almost totally covered by a shock of bright red hair and a bright red beard. "Hold anchor!" he booms. The crew springs into action as if their very lives depended on it. The captain ushers you below to his cabin, where he pours 2 glasses of Wanlo, a strong spirit. His face shows concern as you tell him what has happened. "There's evil treachery at work, and the enemy has already plans afoot to thwart your quest," he begins when you're told your tale. "It seems that you have lost the element of surprise, and I have lost a courageous first mate. There's only hope that the voyage to Durinor be swift and safe." You leave him to go up on deck just in time to see the outline of Holmgar on the horizon. With mixed feelings of pride and apprehension, you descend the stairway to your cabin as the last spire of the capital disappears from view. Give it here, roll the die.
7, 11.
In the morning, you are woken by the cry of the deck watchman. "Wreckage off the starboard bow!" Quickly dressing, you climb up on deck and join the captain at the rail. Give an ear, roll the die.
2.
Shattered beams, pieces of planking, and torn sails littered with white-flecked waves. It is all that remains of a merchant ship. But then suddenly you notice a body clinging to a broken hatch cover. A rope ladder is quickly lowered and the poor man is brought aboard. "Pirates!" is all he says before collapsing to the deck. The man is wrapped in a large blanket and taken below. He has suffered many wounds and is close to death. "This crime bears the marks of the Lakuri pirates," the captain confides in you, "but it is unusual to run across them in these waters. They must be in search of a rich cargo to sail so far from their tropical islands." As the ship resumes its course for Durinor, you cannot help but wonder if that rich cargo is you.
Okay, I have to admit, first I heard about these shattered vessels. I was sort of afraid of something like a kraken, but it was just pirates.
Just pirates. After 3 uneventful days at sea, you find shipboard life rather dreary. Oh, now's the point where you apparently could... if you have the kind disciplines of healing, any endurance points that you may have lost in your adventure so far are restored.
Oh.
Huh.
Does that mean that we go back to...
Well, you haven't lost anything, so... no worries.
Alright. Was afraid we had to go back to 20 again.
On the afternoon of the 4th day, you are talking with an injured sailor up on deck when you smell smoke seeping from the hold. Do you wish to enter the hold, shout fire, or warn the captain?
I have to say, I think we should shout fire, because going down there in the smoke is not a good idea.
We might want to check that it's not an amazingly bad cook making our supper.
Yeah. I don't know. Warlord, what do you think?
I don't really have an opinion on the matter.
Well, you're kind of in the position of being the tiebreaker.
Okay, give me the choice again.
You can either enter the hold, where smoke is pouring out for, shout fire, or run to warn the captain.
Decisions. I bet we better make sure that it really is fire.
So you wish to enter the hold?
Yeah.
You release the lock and slide back the hatch cover. The sudden draught of air causes flames to billow out of the hold. You stumble backwards, clutching your burnt face. You lose 2 endurance points. I'm sorry, don't you know basic physics?
Yeah, you're supposed to stand behind the door when you open it.
Oh.
Well, it's a hatch. You open it, it goes straight up.
Yeah, then you're supposed to stand behind the hatch and open it towards yourself.
I don't think this guy knows that.
No, but this is basic training in how to get out of a burning building. We learned that in school.
Well, this is the guy who gets beat up by trees, so...
I suppose this is understandable. -2.
Fire! Fire! The cry goes up. In panic, the crew fights to put out the flames. It takes over an hour to control the blaze. The damage is considerable. The entire store of food and fresh water was in that hold, and the fires completely ruined both, as well as weakened the structure of the ship. As you stand surveying the wreckage, the captain approaches you, his face blackened by the smoke. He's carrying something in a bundle on his arms. "We must talk in private, my lord," he says quietly. Yeah, I know the voice I gave him isn't quiet at any point, but just imagine he's trying really hard.
Yeah, and I get a very bad feeling about this.
Without replying, you turn and follow him below to his cabin. After taking care to close his door, the captain opens the mysterious bundle and tips the content onto his cabin table. A large charred earthenware jug and several blackened rags drop in a heap. They give off a strange oily smell. Also, we got picture.